Have you ever thought about this? That we can't really know if we see the world in the same color. Like, how mad is that? I just take for granted that the way the world looks for me is the exact same way it looks for you. But that's just an assumption. When I was a kid, I remember being in the schoolyard. I don't know what can I've been, 7, 8, 9. And I thought about this, like, how weird. Like, me and the other kids, we talk about the bushes or the trees having a color like green and flowery colors, and then that the sky is blue. But I cannot know if this other kid next to me, if they have like the inverted colors. Because the only way we learned it was by pointing towards it, calling it a name, and then both agreeing. So we kind of mapped on to, like, when I say blue, I mean the color of the sky. And when you say blue, you mean the color of the sky. But we don't know if we have the same experience. And I remember the reason I'm bringing it up because I remember so vividly how the adult world, or like teachers and stuff, they kind of just like whooshed it under the carpet. As though it's like, yeah, well, of course we see it the same way, or that doesn't matter. But now, when I'm an adult and I'm on this path of not starting to questioning, but I have been questioning materialism and the assumption that the world is made of matter and our consciousness arises out of that. And I'm rather more and more attracted to non-dualism or consciousness only model, that our consciousness is fundamental and the world as we see it is also a construction of consciousness. That doesn't mean it's imaginary. It means it's made of something that's outside my inner world, but that consciousness also can manifest as experiences. It can manifest as the experience of a blue sky. It can manifest as the experience of a tree. And it can manifest as a thought within my little localization. And this memory of the schoolyard incident with the colors, that's coming back to me because as a kid, there was something in me that somehow, not only me, I think in all kids, but like that was trying to understand the world and something didn't really map. And the one thing I think it is that doesn't map is this, well, actually, hang on. The only experience, like the only interaction I have with my outside world is the experience of it. I don't see a tree as though I look at something solid and it's like I look through a glass window. No, the way my interaction with the tree is that something emerges almost within me, within my inner world. All of a sudden, there is an experience of a tree. It can come in all the forms of my sense perception. It can come as a smell and as a touch and as vision, which is one of these really strong shapers of how we interpret the world. And the way these experiences manifest in forms of colors isn't like a property of the tree. It's a qualitative experience that occurs within me. The experience of the tree is my interaction with the tree. I don't know what the tree actually is. If there's like anything solid, even. I just know that I have an experience of a tree. And then I can communicate with other people using my experiences still. And they say that they also have an experience of a tree. They have an experience of things we can call different colors. But that's really all we have. We live in this world full of experiences. The fact that there's solid objects out there, that's an extrapolation. And it can be useful to have that map, but it's not ultimately true. Or like we can't know that it's ultimately true. It's not been proven. It's not the foundation we can say for certain. And I think many adults in our time and age, well, back when in the 90s when I was a child, but also now, walk around thinking that it's like an established fact that there is a world made of matter that kind of creates my experiences. And there's a blue sky and a green tree, and because they're blue and green, they create my experiences. But it's not like that. It hasn't been proven. What we know that we have are experiences. And I think, or like looking back for myself, understanding that as a child, I had this clearer seeing in a way because I wasn't so indoctrinated with a worldview yet. I was still in a bit of explorative mode, trusting my sense perceptions. And and my own rationale, my own interpretation. And I saw that there's a glitch here. It doesn't quite map on because no one can confirm the experience of colors, that they have the exact same experience, that they see the same things. And when the outside world or the adult world, who you look up to and you think they're on top of things, when they shut that down, that inquiry down, they slowly close that gap. They made me start as a foundation that there are objects out there made of something else than consciousness. And then that somehow penetrates my consciousness and creates experiences. And once we've started there, well, there's no way to go to consciousness only model or non-dualism. But actually, that isn't the starting point. The starting point is, I know that I am. What's my first experience with the outside world? It makes more sense to start with our inside world because that's the core of life. That's where we start. And then we map out the outside world. But somehow we've got the logic wrong. We have started with an outside world, and then we explain our inner world. Well, then you end up with the hard problem of consciousness because you didn't start where humans naturally start, which is with our awareness of experiences. And colors being one of them. Yeah. Experience of colors. I find this childlike curiosity to have helped me in my own exploration of understanding the world. And it was there with me from the beginning. And you can see it in children and in many adults as well. It's still there if we want to lean on it. If we don't make assumptions about what we already know and take them for truth, we're welcome to re-examine them, if that's really the accurate way to interpret the world. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was just my little sharing about colors and why I find it so beautiful to have these childlike questions and reflections. What's your experience with this? With colors, with experiences, with understanding the world? As always, warmly welcome to share in the comment section, and I hope to see you next time, my friend.